Surrender or burn.
Hey everybody, my name is Jean-Luc and I'm joined by Jake. Jake, how is it going?
It's going great because we just got 2 new Mass Effect videos.
Woo!
One is a story trailer and one is an Andromeda Initiative video.
Yeah, there is a lot to break down in this, starting right here. This is the new Earth that the Andromeda Initiative, at least the human side of the Andromeda Initiative, is trying to find.
Yeah, they're calling it Habitat 7, and it is a golden planet, which if you're unfamiliar with the term, it means that it is perfect for human life. It fills that golden ratio.
Yeah, although I do question what is happening above the planet, this weird threaded goo-looking stuff. You see that a lot in the trailer. It seems to be related to the main villain, who we'll see in a moment.
And this is the Hyperion right here. He's referring to 20,000 people aboard, so I'm guessing this is where all of the people are basically in cryosleep.
Good luck, Pathfinder team.
All stop now!
All right, so right here we have the first look at the villain ship. Kind of has a Borg vibe in terms of aesthetics and color. I dig it.
Oh my god.
Get us out of here.
They've got us pinned again.
And we think this is the pilot. In an earlier Andromeda Initiative video, they kind of showed the Tempest, and it was voiced by, we think, a Solarian.
Yeah, I'm excited to have another Solarian squad member. I always thought they were one of the more underappreciated races in Mass Effect, for
I agree.
my money.
I am Archon. Surrender or burn.
So here is Archon, the main villain. Getting a real Saren vibe off of this guy. Seems like he'll be the antagonist for at least this first game. Who knows what the larger story will be.
Yeah, it seems like there's going to be a bigger threat, but it seems for at least this first part, we're going to be worrying about him a lot.
Yeah, and I hope that, like Saren, he has a little bit more to him. It's not just black and white.
Sure, we've been outplayed. The Archon is a master of his game. We're about to change.
And here we go. This is the shot right
Yep.
here. This is where we kind of get introduced to 2 new characters. We're familiar with the Krogan. We've seen the Krogan before, and of course that's PB at the end. But to the right of Ryder is Cora Harper, and then to the left is Liam Costa. Both are new squad members, and I'm gonna guess they're gonna start in your squad right at the beginning.
Yes.
Change the rules.
He's a human from another.
Okay, so this here is the new alien race. This is presumably their home world or a planet of theirs. I love the look of this planet. All the flora and fauna looks awesome.
The architecture too back there looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm really hoping this is a Citadel-style planet where I can just walk around and talk to people and fill my codex full of entries. That's all I want. Here's a good close-up shot. Get the scouter, get Garrus the scouter back in. I like that.
Yeah, it's a really cool design.
Yeah, and they got both male and female races, which Mass Effect notoriously doesn't really do that.
Yeah, sometimes they just skip out on one.
I'll find that.
I don't need an army. I've got a Krogan.
This line right here is just ripped straight out of the first
Avengers.
Avengers movie, which, I don't know, I like the line. I thought it was
like the
pretty
line
good.
too.
And then here we get to see
Some romance.
some romance options.
Why we came.
Cover's blown, run!
They want to fight? We'll give it to them.
We're breaking! Keep it up!
I like this shot here. Ooh, with the music. Oh, that's so good. And you see again, there's all the goo. It seems like it's almost just like slowly consuming everything.
I bet that might be the greater threat.
Been waiting 600 years for this.
So there's also a trailer on the Andromeda Initiative page that goes into more detail on the squad members that we saw in this trailer.
Specifically the human ones.
Specifically the human ones. It's narrated by Harper.
So here we see Alec Ryder, the protagonist's dad. As we can see, this is one of the first times we've seen him without a helmet. In case you're wondering, and we've known this for a while now, but it's voiced by the same person who voiced Mr. Krabs. In that little text bubble over there, if you had glasses on and if you were paying enough attention, it kind of explains some of his backstory. Some of it we already know. However, it seems like he's been a huge part of humanity's exploration into space. He was part of the first Contact War. He did that first mass relay jump where he met the Turians, and now I think he's on his final expedition to Andromeda here.
Here we get to see a little bit more of Liam. He is the Human Security and Crisis Response Specialist. He seems to be kind of more the optimist of the group,
And finally, we get a look at the Ryder twins. So oddly enough, that trailer we saw didn't have Femme Ryder at all. We just saw the male Ryder, but those little bios go into a little bit more with them. But what's interesting is if you noticed, there's Scott Ryder and Sarah Ryder. So they actually have names. I'm not sure how it's going to work in the game. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to rename whichever one you choose, and then the other sibling will keep that name, or if you will be Scott Ryder if you're male, and you'll be Sarah Ryder if you're female.
I would assume they let you change the name for the one you pick, and then
I would assume
the other
so.
one just has that name.
I would assume so.
So here we get Cora Harper herself.
She might be the most interesting so far, at least what we get from this trailer.
So the bio talks about how she is the second in command and the successor for the Pathfinder. You're the one who gets to be the Pathfinder in the game, so obviously something happened.
There's going to be some tension.
There's going to be some tension, but clearly they released that tension later, as we
saw in the trailer.
We saw in the previous trailer.
Another interesting thing, too, you found about her was that she shares a last name with an interesting character from the Mass Effect trilogy.
Yeah, the elusive man's real name is Jack Harper. No idea. That could be a complete coincidence.
It doesn't seem like a coincidence to me.
Who knows?
But that could be something to think about.
I mean, there's always kind of been this idea that maybe the Cerberus is somehow tied to this, because they talk a lot about how this thing is privately funded.
Yeah.
And Cerberus has a lot of shell organizations that they've used to fund money into, so people don't necessarily know it's through Cerberus. So I could absolutely see you finding out, like, Cerberus helped fund this whole
I think
initiative.
Cerberus is going to play a role in this game at some point, somehow.
Yeah, here they're talking about Sam, the artificial intelligence that is, like, neurally linked to all your squad members, which is, I guess, how they justify you being able to, like, talk to them anywhere you are. Interestingly, in the bio, they say Sam was created by Dr. Ellen Ryder, who is presumably their mom.
I'd guess so, yeah.
But we don't ever see her. They never mention her. Doesn't seem like she's a part of the initiative, at least, like, with them. So maybe something happened to her. Maybe she stayed behind. Who knows? And that about covers it. And if you want to see more Mass Effect Andromeda stuff from us, me and Jake have done a couple other trailer breakdowns. We also have a 7 biggest changes that are going to be coming to Mass Effect Andromeda, so go check that video out. And we are looking forward to seeing the game on March 21st.